At Rise to Ascent, we saw Rosemary make just, you could say passes, you could offers to both Dust and Delilah Doom, and clearly we know where history has brought Dust to the present. And speaking of history, there's a lot of history here between two former Phoenix of Rise champions.
Now making her way to the ring, her opponent, accompanied by Delilah Doom, from the Black Lagoon, the Ballsy Badass Shotzi Blackheart!
Perhaps a bit of a prelude to Rise 10 Insanity. We're just one Raven's ass short of a full triad of Paradise Lost. Balls of Doom here in full force. Paradise Lost, half of the champions here. Rosemary guiding Dust, and Lexi, there's a lot of history here. Shotzi Blackheart defeated Dust to become the second Phoenix of Rise. She actually won that at AIW Wrestling in Cleveland at Girls Night Out back in March of 2017. Dust has never been the same since.
I do like the fact that Delilah Doom is out here, though, because it's not a two-on-one situation like it normally is when you're always one person off when you have to fight Paradise Lost.
You know, Lexi, we actually heard from Delilah Doom and Shotzi. There was a bit of, I don't want to say dissension, but Shotzi certainly called into question, where was Delilah Doom? Delilah, friends, tag team partners. In fact, Delilah Doom and Leva Bates still Shimmer Tag Team Champions as T4. Like, Delilah is a very credible tag team wrestler and a valuable threat to the Guardians of Rise. But as we would find out, Delilah Doom, as she shared with us, Delilah Doom's got Mercedes Martinez in the very near future here on Rise Ascent.
Yeah, so maybe she was just a little busy,
and that's what Delilah said, and I have no reason not to take Delilah Doom exactly at her word. Delilah's no stranger to these offers, to these games from Rosemary. Delilah Doom has been dealing with Rosemary virtually her entire Rise career. After going in a just toe-to-toe match with Dust for the Phoenix of Rise Championship, the first ever Phoenix of Rise Championship defense at Rise to Ascent, Rosemary misted Delilah and her friend, then Angel Dust, turning on her, turning her back, and then turning her physicality and just brute attacks to Delilah Doom. Shotzi Blackheart, former Phoenix of Rise. Delilah Doom, former Phoenix of Rise. But here's another common ground that the two have. Neither of them were pinned by the current champion. Shotzi was not pinned or submitted by Delilah Doom. Delilah Doom relinquished the Phoenix of Rise Championship, now held by Tessa Blanchard, who we actually just heard from ahead of Rise 10 Insanity. And both these girls, though the Guardians of Rise are in their sights, you know the Phoenix of Rise is in the sights of every one of these women in this ring now.
I agree. I cannot argue with any of your statements. You are a fountain of knowledge.
If you just keep talking, eventually stuff you say might make sense. That's my theory, and I'm sticking to it. Shotzi Blackheart to the outside into the floor.
Oh, definitely. Is that another mind game thing going on? I'm not even sure. That's just...
with Rosemary at ringside, I have no idea what that could mean. Quite frankly, Lexi, I'm afraid of what that means. I'm also afraid of what we might see. We've seen Shotzi and Dust. They fought in an epic dog collar match at Rise 3 Medic. And just the blood from that, the brutality, the beating each other with lengths of chain, and then Dust with a barbed wire bat assaulting Shotzi in the incursion of the Phoenix, the main event of Rise 5. And it really was Dust that cost Shotzi, in the opinion of many, the Phoenix
Shotzi just barely broke the count there. Sorry, we almost had a double count out.
Let's just stop the counting and let it go.
I didn't mean to interrupt your...
By all means, like that.
But yes, we almost had a double count out there.
There's so much history here, there's so much future here, and there's so much right now in front of us.
Come on, Dust.
Driving Shotzi Blackheart face first into the chair.
Shotzi, come on.
Just breaking the count.
That
That was smart. She broke it at a lower count. Like I said, Shotzi almost. She broke it up really late. See, she's using that word kill again. She keeps using that word kill. We're not supposed to kill in wrestling.
Or in life.
Oh, all right, yeah, sorry.
Generally murder
Generally
is frowned
speaking,
upon.
yes, it is frowned upon.
And Dust has found her way back inside the ring now. Shotzi hooking her up, looking for a suplex, and she got it.
She gets it.
Floats over, hook of the leg, 1, 2. Not enough to put down Dust.
One thing I have to say about Shotzi is her suplexes are very pretty, nice and crisp. I would not want to be on the other end of it, the receiving end of one of them, but they look pretty when you watch them.
Delilah Doom on the outside, look of concern on her face for her Balls of Doom tag team partner who will challenge for the Guardians of Rise at Rise 10. And
Does she not see her opponent, her partner getting choked? I don't know. I feel like Delilah maybe needs to come over this way a little bit more.
That is a fair point, Lexi. Rosemary, no stranger to bending and just outright breaking the rules. And Delilah, just knowing that what she's been through with Rosemary. The cage match at Rise 6, the mind games at Rise 5, the match at Rise 3.
Yep.
You are basically looking at the nearly 2-year history of Rise right here in front of us on camera. 4 women who, for better or worse, have been the cornerstones of all of the key moments in Rise.
Delilah's coming over this way to keep a better eye on what's going on. Oh.
And a certain pocket of fans, as usual, the members of the Hive behind Rosemary and Dust. Dust nearly got the win there.
That was very close.
And what a win here for Dust would mean. Not only would that be momentum going into the Guardians of Rise Tag Team Championship defense at Rise 10 Insanity, Dust lost that title, the Phoenix of Rise, to Shotzi. She was defeated at Rise 3. They fought on a couple of our partner promotion shows over the Phoenix of Rise, and Shotzi has the number of Dust, or seemingly has had the number of Dust. Dust, a victory over Shotzi would mean a great deal on the old vengeful side of Paradise Lost.
I do agree. I think it would mean a lot to Dust if she could get a win. Confidence booster. Delilah Doom showing some love for her partner. Rosemary's showing some love for her partner. I'm not sure if that's the right word.
Well, there's been tumultuous history between Delilah Doom and Shotzi Blackheart, and that's some tumultuous DDT dropping her on her head.
That was a little crazy.
Lexi, we saw over the first several episodes of Rise Ascent, you were there firsthand, as was I, that Shotzi and Delilah, they seemed together, but then at the end of Rise 5, a little bit of question about that unity.
A little bit of question, but who brought that question up? Paradise Lost.
Paradise Lost called that into question?
Yes, they kept putting those little seeds into Delilah's and Shotzi's head about, are they friends? Are you not friends? Are you sure she's got your back? Are you not sure she has your back? Like, it was,
As did Havoc and Nevaeh, like that. Delilah's just had her head screwed with by a lot of the veteran talent here in Rise. Shotzi, more than screwing with Dust here, throwing her into the corner, kick, boot up. Dust well scouted on the forearm, kicks the arm away, and reverse lightning spiral. Blackheart drives her to the ground, hook of the leg. Does she have her, Lexi? No.
Oh, that was so close. Yeah, speaking of mind games, you cannot count out the killer death machines when it comes to some mind games.
Shotzi was going for that Texas cloverleaf. And again, Dust goes for the backcracker, well scouted. Shotzi's been hit with that probably a half dozen to a dozen times by Dust this time. 4-0, and Shotzi's going up. Is she looking for the back lagoon? Shotzi perched.
Get it.
Draws back, measures, nobody home. Rolling through, and Dust charges and eats a boot for good measure, and Dust prone in the corner. Could be Chupacabra time. Nobody home. And Dust, oh no, Lexi, I'm afraid. Dust has been known to drop that apron DDT. I don't know if she got all of that one.
It definitely had to hurt.
At the very least, that rope draped across the midsection, just that cable going into the diaphragm, and drove a lot of air out of Shotzi, but not all of it. There's still fight left in Shotzi, but how much more can she take, Lex? Dust going up top now. Is it time for the double stomp of Dust? Driving both feet down into the spine, measuring, launching, nobody home. Shotzi out of the way.
We've talked about how many times these girls have wrestled each other, and it shows. They've scouted each other's moves out so well.
Look at that. Shotzi gets her in the cloverleaf position.
Is she going to get it?
Turns her over. Shotzi's got her in that Blackheart cloverleaf.
Right in the middle of the ring, too.
Just
that is a
reaching for
dangerous
Rosemary.
position.
That's it.
Oh, she tapped out.
The winner, the Ballsy Badass, Shotzi Blackheart.
And yet again, Shotzi Blackheart has the number of Dust. The Texas Cloverleaf turned her over onto the corner. Submission victory. Blackheart over Dust. And Lex, this gives the advantage, I would say, to Balls of Doom going into Rise 10.
I agree.